Hi guys, so here is your lesson for Wednesday, April 22nd, okay, factoring polynomials using the GCF. So by the end of the lesson, you should be able to factor polynomial expressions by factoring out the greatest common factor. So real quick, do now, okay, it says distribute the following expression. And remember, distribute just means to multiply. So when I multiply, I'm multiplying 3x squared times x. So 3x squared times x gives me 3xx times x, which is 3x's, so we have 3x to the third. Then I'm doing 3x squared times negative 4x to the third. So I have 3xx times negative 4xxx. Okay, 3 times negative 4 gives me negative 12. How many x's do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. X to the fifth. Okay, so that's what distributing is. Today's lesson, what we're actually going to do is we're going to go the opposite way. So we're going to start with an expression, and we're going to find the GCF of this expression and factor it so it looks like that. We're going to go back to the starting. Okay? This is actually the GCF of this expression. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So, for example, it says factor each by factoring out the greatest common factor. Okay? So, I'm going to take this expression, and just like we did in the last lesson, the first thing I have to do is I have to find the GCF. Okay? So, I have my two terms, 7k to the third. So I have 7k, k, k, and I have 21k, k. So the first thing you can automatically do is you can see that, they share 2 k's in common, right? So because they share 2 k's in common, that's part of our GCF. That's going to be k squared. That's a piece of our GCF. So those are the variables. Now I'm going to do the numbers. I have to first write out all the factors of 7. And remember, if you don't know what the factors of 7 are, you can go to your GeoGebra. If you don't know what the factors of any number is, you can go to GeoGebra and type 7 divided by x. Enter. Okay? You go to your table of values, and you start with 0, and you go to whichever number you're trying to find the factors of. So 7, 0 to 7. Okay. And I look for all my whole numbers. So 1 and 7, and 7 and 1. Same thing. There's only 2 factors of 7. So 1 and 7. Here, I'll do this in a different color. 1 and 7. Same thing with 21. Okay, I go to my calculator. I type in 21 divided by x. Enter. Table of values. I have to change my table of values. I have to edit. So I'm going from 0 to 21 now. And I'm looking for all the whole numbers. I see 1 and 21, 3 and 7. Up, 7 and 3 repeats. So as soon as I see something repeats, I know I have all of my values. Okay, because 21 and 1 repeats again. So 1 and 21 and 3 and 7. So 1, 3, 7, 21. You don't have to write them in order. It just helps if you do write them in order. So now we find the greatest common factor. They share 1 and they share 7. So of those two numbers, 1 and 7, 7 is the greatest. So 7 is part of our GCF. So my GCF is 7k squared. That's a piece of what we're going to do. Now we have to find the numbers that are going to go inside the parentheses. So what I do is I take my GCF, 7k squared, and I divide each term by the GCF. So 7k squared, 7k squared. And the easiest way to understand this is to write out each term. So 7, k to the third is k, 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 divided by 7k squared is 7k, k, plus 21, k, k, divided by 7, k squared is k, k. Okay, and what you're doing now is we're actually dividing. 7 divided by 7 is 1. Okay, and for the variables, you pair them up and you cancel them out. So k on top of k, cancel. K on top of k, cancel. We're left with 1k, so I write k. I go to my second term. Okay, 21 divided by 7 is 3, so plus 3, and my k's cancel, I'm left with no variables. So this is what I'm left with here, 1k plus 3, that goes inside my parentheses. 1k, and we really don't need the 1. You don't need a 1 inside of a 1 outside of a variable. It's invisible. So k plus 3. Okay, so my answer here is 7k squared times k plus 3. This is the answer. And the way you could go about checking that, okay, you don't have to do this, but if you want to check to make sure your answer is correct, you take your answer, 7k squared times k plus 3, and you distribute, just like we did in the do now. Okay, you go the opposite way. We multiply. 7k squared times k gives me 7k to the third. 7k squared times 3 gives me 21k squared. Isn't that what we were left with in the original problem? It should be. If it is, then your answer is correct. Okay, but just remember, this is your answer here. Okay, another one. 16r to the third minus 21r to the fourth. Okay, I'm going to find my GCF first. This is the first thing I'm going to find. So I take 16r, and I take 24r, and the first thing I can find is what variables they share. So they share 1r, 2r's, they share 3r's in common. So I'm going to put that as part of my GCF. R to the third. There's 3r's. Now I do my numbers. Okay, the factors of 16. Again, you can use GeoGebra. I'm going to write them out though. I have 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. Okay, the factors of 24. You know that 1 times 24 is 24. 2 times 12 is 24. 3 times 8 is 24. And 4 times 6 is 24. And that's it. So my common factors, I have 1s, 2s, 4s, 8s, and that's it. So my greatest number there is 8. So 8 is part of my GCF. My GCF is 8r to the third. So I'm going to take my GCF and I'm going to divide each term by my GCF. 8r to the third, 8r to the third. Okay, if you can divide just like that, that's fine. I like to write it out so I can see what I'm dividing. I have 16 r divided by 8 r minus 24 r divided by 8 r. 16 divided by 8 gives me 2, and I'm going to cancel all my r pairs, and I have no variable, so it's just 2. Negative 24 divided by 8 gives me negative 3, and I cancel my pairs of r's, and I have 1 r left, so that goes there. So that's what's going to go inside my parentheses, 2 minus 3r. So my answer here is 8r to the third times 2 minus 3r. And again, if you want to check that to make sure your answer is correct, okay, I can take my answer and I can distribute. Okay, 8r to the third times 2 gives me 16r to the third. 8r to the third times negative 3r gives me negative 24r to the fourth. And that's exactly what we had in our original original expression. Last one for today. Okay, then I think you guys will be set to go. Okay, I have three terms here now, not two. So I'm going to do the same thing. It works exactly the same. So I take 24, W, 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 W. There's 5 of them. 16, W, 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 and 8, W. Okay? Find your variable first. They all share at least one W, so that's part of my GCF. Goes outside the parentheses. Now I'm going to write my factors of each number. So 24, we just did 24, right? 1 times 24 is 24. 2 times 12 is 24. 3 times 8 is 24. And 4 times 6 is 24. 16, I have 1 times 16 is 24. 2 times 8 is 24. And then 4 times 4 gives me 24. You only have to put 4 once. And 8. I have 1 times 8 gives me 8. 2 times 4 gives me 8. And that's it. So my common factors, 1s, 2s, 4s, 8s, and that's it. So 8 is my greatest number there. So that goes into my GCF. So I'm going to take 8W, my GCF, and I'm going to divide each term by 8W. Okay, if I write it out, I have 24, there's 5 W's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, divided by 8W, plus 16, W, 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 divided by 8W, minus 8W over 8W. Okay, so I have 24 divided by 8 gives me 3. I cross out my W pairs, and I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4 W's, so W to the 4th. 16 divided by 8 is 2, so plus 2. Cross out your W's. There's 2 of them, so W squared. Negative 8 divided by positive 8 is negative 1. Cross out the W's, nothing left, that's it. So that goes inside my parentheses. 3W to the 4th plus 2W squared minus 1. Okay, so here's my answer. Now again, we'll do the check. If you would like to make sure it's correct, I have 8W times 3W to the 4th plus 2W squared minus 1. And I multiply. 8 times 3 gives me 24. W times W to the 4th is W to the 5th. Remember, we just add our exponents when we multiply. This is really like W to the 1. 8 times 2 gives me 16. W to the 1 times W to the 2 is W to the 3. 8 times negative 1 is negative 8. Since there's no W here, we just bring down the other W. And that's exactly what I had in my original problem. So we know our answer is correct. Alright guys, that's all for today. Please check out the assignment. It's just one multiple choice problem. I know you all love multiple choice. Have a great day. I hope you're all staying happy and healthy, and hopefully I can see you soon. Bye.